Alright guys, so yeah, we're gonna continue on this this event, the guided or the guide ahead or the guiding ahead event. It's gonna be super exciting. You know, we've already did the first 3 stages in terms of story, including the story stage. Well, not well, you know, including the story stage. So there's that. So we're moving on to GA3. You know, we've seen a lot of stuff. We've already seen Mistima. We've already seen Fiammetta. Feels so fucking good. We've seen Lemuin, whatever her name is. We've seen Executor and whoever this guy's name is. I already forgot. We've seen some other factions as well, it seems like. There's, and apparently there's a lot of bullshit going on. Bullshit discrimination going on. But I guess we'll see how that's all about. Anyways, let's go see. Alright, let's go ahead and start GA3. So we're probably going to try to get to GA5. I think that's going to be the plan. I haven't decided fully yet. I'm definitely going to do GA3 and GA4. I just don't know about GA5 yet. It just depends on either how I feel or what time it is by the time I actually get there. But yeah, as you can see here, what's actually interesting is right now we currently have the regular Laterano. Actually, it's funny. You could see, I mean... So you guys can see how Laterano is actually apparently in between, it's close to Casimir's. It's and there's obviously what's it called? There's obviously Yan over there, or Lungmen. I don't know what that one's supposed to be, and I don't know what that one's supposed to be, but you could obviously also see Yereg over here. You could see Columbia over there. So it's pretty cool actually how you could see the map in the background. I don't know why exactly this changes to this when you come over here. There's 2 different sides, I guess, but we'll see. All right, let's start GA3. Oh, I didn't read the thingy. Oh well, whatever. I want to take a sip of my coffee. Oh yeah, so this guy's hella fucking sus, but we'll see about him. Oh, Fiammetta, Seems like you're in a bit of a mess. None of your business. No need to get worked up. Care to sit down for a cup of tea? Enough of your jokes. Why are you here? Mistima never mentioned you were our support. Well, Beliv didn't give me an official order either. And personally, I'm more than willing to help, yeah? Mistima says there's another group after the little girl, and you've already run into them. Is that right? More or less. After I heard from the Notorial Hall that Ezel cut his signal, I figured you might get intercepted. If you were to get caught out by the enemy, we'd end up losing the girl, no? I don't know why Mistima isn't here to help you, but if she's pinned down, I figure I'll be doing her a favor. Never mind, you got lazy? Yeah, that's what I thought. After all, it's not every day I get the opportunity to have the 2 of you in my debt. A few hopeless stragglers can't stop me. A cautious crew sails for 10,000 years, Fiammetta. Velev's going to have a hold over you at this rate. Oh, that's a Yanese proverb. In other words, safety is born of caution. Stop trying to show off, Orin. You're so annoying when you talk like that. I'm not kidding. I at least got to express my goodwill. The rest is up to you. Or do you perhaps need me to escort you, my sweet Fiammetta? No need. Goodbye, Orin. Executor Ezel, hand over the girl. It is in your best interest to comply. ... Your name is Fiammetta, right? Signora Fiammetta, I have a request. Let's hear it then. No sudden movements. There's no telling how I might react. I know it was suspicious of me to go against Rochelle's orders and turn off my terminal, but believe me, I haven't betrayed Laterano. What's the relationship? Whose relationship? The reason I didn't follow the Hall's exact orders was because I didn't want anything to happen to Cecilia, and I made a promise to her. And how is that my problem? Please, just let me accompany you to the Basilica with Cecilia. If the Lateran wants an explanation for the situation, wouldn't it be more convenient to have me around? You're getting ahead of yourself. If you think you'll be able to influence how the Curia will handle this situation, you'll want to disabuse? Disabuse? I don't think I've ever heard that word before. Disabuse yourself of that. Aurel, and Fiammetta? I don't know. I mean, they're from the same city, or same country, so you know. Not gonna happen. Not in your wildest dreams. I wouldn't dare. I'm well aware of the Basilica's gun knights. I am a Lateran executor after all. I was concerned before because I didn't know what was happening with Cecilia, or exactly who was after her. Now that I understand the situation, I will comply with your arrangements. Alright. Your name is Cecilia. Can you walk? No, every time she looks at the screen like that, it's so creepy. Ezel, Cecilia, I can carry you if you're too tired. I'll carry her. You're too slow. Whispers, Mr. Ezel, Don't worry, everything will be okay. Ah, yes. Executor Ezel, Pastor, or Pastore? I don't know. Pastor went to 7265 via Thervatius, Thervatius in Pagus Stevonis this morning to verify an identity, record a will, and retrieve a patron firearm. You don't find it hot? Imagine, dude. Around noon, Ezel appeared in Stevanis Central Hospital, taking in an 8-year-old Sancta girl and departing in an unusual manner. The resident of 7265 via Thervatius, Pagus Stevanius, Fioria La Porta died of illness this morning, and the body was moved to Ecclesia Requiem. Why couldn't they just have easier words? Or maybe I should just take a higher English lesson. Only one individual is registered to 7265 via Thervatius, and the Census Pagus also records only one individual residing there. An investigation of 20 years of maintenance records at 726 via Thervatius revealed that a basement had been added 7 years ago, with contractor documents indicating that the space would be for storage. This is a file photo of wow. It's not Fiora, it's Feria, or Foria, or something like that. Fioria. La Porta, and surveillance footage of the girl that Ezel took to the hospital. You must have already reached a conclusion about where the girl came from. Additionally, according to the report submitted by Ezel this morning, Fioria, La Porta did not leave a will or an advance directive. The reason is quite clear. She hoped to avoid contact with the notarial hall. You can't pretend to understand the more obscure English words? Nah, no one even uses these, don't worry. It is reasonable to infer that Fioria La Porta knew her time was short and sought to secure a future for her daughter. It is currently impossible to determine whether Ezel is the object of Fioria La Porta's entrustment, but based on Ezel's background, the probability is low. Combined with the information sent back by Fiammetta, the more likely trustee should be Astray. Who's Astray? Westima, is this the reason you stayed behind in Basilica? Just temporarily. Don't be so uptight, Val. Cream puff? Cream puff? Anyways. My cat won't stop bothering me. Phew. Luckily, we went for the more conservative option. It would have been awkward if Fiammetta walked in on me getting rid of the notarial hall's men. Enough of your excuses. I'd avoid saying too much to that executor if I were you. Cecilia is already on the guide's side. That's just one executor, Patia. Things haven't gotten so out of hand that I need to get personally involved. Plus, I think that executor's concerns are simple enough. He found the pity within him to cause his heart to waver, and couldn't bear to see a sweet little girl suffer. Now that we understand him, it's only a matter of time until he comes over. No violence necessary. Oh? Does he really think that's gonna happen? I can't wait till she's actually an operator. I don't care if she's a 4-star or 5-star, I just want her as an operator. If only Fiammetta hadn't shown up so soon. That is to say, it's your fault for not stopping Fiammetta, Patia. Just kidding. But I do take pity on that one's luck. What was a little old thing is now very complicated. That's what happens when you get ahead of yourself. Is this too a trial given to us by the great and mighty Lateran? Are you a believer again? A true believer wouldn't say something like that. Those sort who treat hardships as trials, they turn it all into a blessing of fate? There are quite a lot of believers like that around the two of you, aren't there? I'd take them over self-serving sancta like you any day. So, what's the plan now? Once Cecilia gets to the Basilica, is she going to come out again? Do we have some way to take her? One step at a time, Patia. If we're talking about not wanting Cecilia to step foot in the Basilica, I'm even less inclined than you. Has the story shown Patia's backstory? Not yet. Kind of. I think it's pretty much, it's hinted that Laterano Sanctas kind of discriminate against Liberis. Or I guess not necessarily discriminates, but they don't share the same rights. Even though it's kind of, even though there's nothing I don't think there's actually a legit rule that says that they get less rights, but the way they treat, not really treat either, because they don't really seem to, it's like a hidden rule in a way. But we haven't played all our cards, have we? Go tell Fiametta, but not too closely. What about you? I've got plenty on my plate. Just found out that someone's looking for me too. Popularity isn't all it's made out to be, you know? Don't go inviting trouble for me. Alright. Looks like the next clue of the chain is clear. What do you plan to do? I will go to him. Even though I have no doubts about your strength, you're dealing with a well-connected legatus. It'll look pretty bad if you make something out of nothing. He is involved in this incident. We have to look into this precisely because he's involved, right? Sometimes I envy the way you see things. But what if he doesn't know anything? I need to investigate to be clear. That's true. In any case, the fact that a legatus is involved at all warrants looking into. What I didn't expect is that Fioria, an ordinary and reclusive sancta, would provide us with so many leads. An undocumented girl, a legatus, and a Sarkis. A Sarkis? A Sarkis? Who? So the society just treats them less than your Laterano citizen? Well, they are Laterano citizens too. But they get less, but they don't, but they're like not. It's, well, the thing is, I don't know exactly yet. It just seems like it just seems like Liberis don't get the same treatment that Sanctas get, even though they're both citizens of the same country. You're leaving? Not even going to say goodbye? Well, alright then. Now that you're gone, don't blame me, Oren. I can't stop Federico. I'll put in a report for you. That's about all I can do. And it's not even like people discriminating, like outwardly discriminating against other people. Because obviously you could see people like moving around like within each other, like they interact with each other too. But like, also this music is good. Like for instance, the Pope, right? The Pope is a sancta. Like it seems like the police force is also like, well, as I'll just call them, the executors, because actually apparently executor is actually a job title. They all seem to be sanctas. The legatuses, as I'll call them, they all seem to be sanctas. So they're also SMO. How you doing, dude? What's up? They're like second-class citizens. Yeah, it's like they're second-class citizens in the way of, I want to say 1.5 class citizens, because at least they're still treated like, seems like so far they're not like super discriminated, like outwardly. But you know, who knows? We'll see. She's asleep. She's exhausted. You mentioned that you made a promise. What was it? That I'd help her find her mother. Her mother? Wait, didn't Mostima say in the message that her mother is, yes, dead? Saw the body with my own eyes in the back of the Ecclesia Requitem's hearse. Then why'd you promise her that? I didn't know at the time. And then? Did you tell her? I did, but at her age, I'm not sure she understands the concept of passing on or death. Must have been tough on you. And don't look so upset. I don't think the Pope will treat the girl too harshly. Her name is Cecilia. Signora Fiammetta. Just Fiammetta is fine. Miss Fiammetta, I was thinking. After Cecilia goes to the Basilica, will she ever come out again? I can't promise you anything, but the way I see things, all else aside, she has a halo, and that makes her a sancta. And when dealing with a sancta, all must obey the commandments, be it the Lateran Curia or the Notarial Hall. At least that's what I believe, even if she's undocumented. Is that really the main issue? Who knows? Might be possible to get her registered retroactively. ... But there's something wrong with Cecilia's halo. I'm not entirely sure how serious this whole mixed blood sancta issue gets, but at least the legatus implied that Cecilia would be fine. Like, they have basic human rights, but they're less likely unable to hold. I don't know. Because so far as of right now, they haven't really told us anything outside of hinting that there's outside of basically hinting that they don't share the same status. Because apparently for instance, I forgot the exact dialogue, but they were saying, or Patia was specifically saying something about how Liberis were supposed to see sanctas as miracles or something like that. But I don't know. A lot of foreign envoys have been gathering in Laterano lately, right? His Holiness has been preparing a major summit. I can't help but worry that Cecilia will be a target for someone trying to stir up trouble. Sounds like you really thought this one through. Coming from the other angle, what would the Lateran Curia do to prevent that from happening? Miss Fiammetta, I don't know if I should even be thinking about these things, but I can't just not think. You have to pardon me to be blunt, but what's the point of worrying about all this? Is there any part of it you can actually control? If you know that Cecilia is in danger, then you should also understand that for Cecilia, the Basilica is the safest place. ... Yeah. Or sorry, you're right. Yeah. Sorry, I fell asleep. Did we wake you? No, I just... Ezel, is that your stomach growling? ... Want me to buy you a donut, Cecilia? Donut? Oh, okay. Thank you, Mr. Ezel. I want a donut. I love donuts. I'm gonna read the story if I missed later. Imagine, dude. Don't worry. I'll go for it. I need a break. My arms are sore from carrying her around. Whispers. There's no way I can handle her long term, alright? But don't do anything stupid, Ezel. I got my eye on you. You still don't trust me? Oh, and turn on your terminal. You're not allowed to have it off. Yeah, I know. Whispers. Mr. Ezel, that lady was so mean to you before. I'm scared. Don't worry, Cecilia. She's not a bad person. Mr. Ezel, can't I go see Mama? Can't I even say goodbye to her? I want to be carried by her? True, dude. I want to be carried by Blaze. Anyways. Well, we need to take you somewhere else first so you can be safe. As for your Mama, I'll tell you about her later. Let me think about it first. Is that okay, Cecilia? Do you hear that? Hear what? Someone is singing. Let's see. Oh, you're right. It seems to be coming from that cotton candy cart. But I'm surprised you could hear it. With all the noise on the street. You have really good hearing, Cecilia. It's because I recognize that song. Mama taught it to me. I can't go off on my own, right? It's okay. We can't go over there, but I can get the cotton candy cart to come over here. Excuse me? Excuse me? Excuse me? Is that a dog? Anyways. Yo, when this NPC art is so good. Is someone calling us? Hum hum. Yo! Oh my lord, the NPC art for Laterano is so god tier. Hum hum hum. You really like that song, don't you? Hey, there really is someone hailing us. Let's head over there. If we can't get any info, let's at least make some money. Alrighty. Hello? Oh, hello, little girl. Would you like some cotton candy? Oh, that's the way you do it, guys. You just go up to a random child. Hello there, little child. You want some candy? Wow, that's fucked up. I think they could have just worded it a little differently. Yes. Yes. We'll get 2. Actually, I don't remember the last time I have cotton candy. I don't like eating cotton candy too much because of the fact that it usually gets sticky and I get annoyed. We'll get 2, or actually 3 sticks. This flavor here. There's different flavor of cotton candy. This flavor here, this one here, and then the swirl. Is that all right? Isn't just literally just sugar? Like, what flavor? Actually, I wonder how the actual action of cotton candy even works. Like when you actually make it. No problem. 3-6 coming right up. I remember seeing commercials when I was growing up about like cotton candy like makers that you could just buy, like not like the big machines, but like the really small ones that like I think you just literally pump it, or like, you know, you press on the little pedal and it just makes cotton candy. Well, obviously it rotates the thing. Same, you might as well just chug actual sugar cubes. Yeah, it's actually, I think it literally tastes like sugar. So 3-6 coming right up. Excuse me, what's the name of that song you were singing earlier? Mama taught me the same song, but never okay, I was reading this and all I'm just thinking about, like, what if she was just like singing like death metal or something like that, you know, like just doing screamo. Mama taught me the same song, but never told me what it's called. Huh? Your mama taught you this song? Excuse me, the cotton candy's coming out. Ah, I'm so very sorry. Just give me a moment. Hold on, the compartment's about to overflow. Let me help you. Sorry. Wow. Whisper, your hat's caught. Excuse me? Oh, that's a big deal, actually. Gut screaming? I know, right? She's a saint, or she's a Sarkis, I think. Unless she's actually a Sancta like Mostima, because like the horns could potentially be like Mostima's. How Mostima's kind of look like a Sarkis, but she's actually a Sancta. Oh. Both executors carry shotguns and watch over some young girl. It's just what's it called? What's that game called? The Last of Us. ... Wait, don't get the wrong idea. She's a Caprine? Actually, what were Caprines again? Weren't they like deers or something like that? I forgot. Miss, your horns look just like Papa. Oh, goats? Oh, so just like oh. Okay, I see. Are you also a Sarkis? Dash. Put it back on. No, I'm Little Missy. You've got it all wrong. Interesting. Oh, look at her ears. Interesting. Oh. ... A Sarkis infiltrating Laterano. Are you also after Cecilia? Yeah, clearly Laterano does not like Sarkises. What happened? Ezel? Miss Fiametta, this particular individual is a Sarkis. But there's another sentence that I dare not say. Oh. Interesting. Guess we have no choice, now that it comes to this. Excuse me? Excuse me? You got guts, I'll give you that. Interesting. It's interesting that they're saying that they said Cabernet and then they said Sarkis, because those are in Arknights, that they're two different things. Unless they're mistaken about them being a Cabernet and they're actually Sarkis. That's why I was a little confused why they said that. I was like, wait, they don't look anything like you know, like other people like that are Crapinaes. Anyways, let's go ahead and do the fight. I actually forgot how this fight already goes, in all honesty, but we're just gonna go ahead and do this. I think Sarkises are frowned in general. Well, they kind of got fucked over really hard. And plus, they're war-loving people as well. I mean, have you just not seen W? How does this fight go? I actually don't remember how this fight goes, in all honesty. But we're gonna do it. Guys, this music is so good. Holy shit, the music is so good. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and just post up we're gonna go ahead and post up Chiav right here. Post him up right here. She had pointy ears like a Sarkis, so I think she's just pretending to be a Crapinate. Yeah, right. I would have to see the dialogue again, because I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm not gonna actually lie. I already forgot exactly what she said, or what was said. But clearly they're actually a Sarkis, not a you know, not like what's her name? Not like Aya. Fuck GA8, man. Just do it. You're trying to trust farm and it's a nightmare? All you gotta do is just literally do it. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and post up a Pluma right here. Stop. Fuck off, you little shit lord. God, do I hate these enemies. I hate these like guys. The enemies in this game are so ass. Oh yeah, that's right. I can't heal a Pluma. I forgot all about that. Alright, we're gonna take out Chiav, and we're gonna go ahead and put down Kazemaru right here, face up. Wow! La Pluma's doing so much fucking damage, guys. Holy shit, I've never seen a character that does so much more damage, or so much damage until La Pluma. What a good game. Actually, I don't really have anybody that can really do damage to this guy. I might have to actually just place down Silver Ash here just to help out. I literally don't have a lot of damage here. LOL. You're so smart, man. How could you not think of it? Yeah, dude. You're trying to trust farm and it's a nightmare? Just don't trust farm. If only she's M3'd? I know, right? Guys, I'm doing so much damage, am I right? I don't want to lose Kazemaru. Fuck off. Hello? Can I put down whoever your name is? Fuck you, I'm just gonna kill this guy. Like Giga Chad Rumby? Wait, what? Is that Dinar E2? No, it's only E1, sadly. Fiametta, you're doing so much work. Fiametta, I don't know if you know this, but you're literally doing so much work. Are we done yet, guys? No, you bitch! What a bitch! Fuck off! Like, actually fuck off, man. Wait, it's actually doing so much damage. What the fuck? Wait, that's so bad. That's not balanced. That's actually not fucking balanced. Me casually not hitting jack shit? I know, right? Wait, Black Knight's actually not balanced. Wow. Scuffing GA3? I know, right? So bad.
This much is granted. Don't make a fuss over nothing.
Alright, let's finish the story for GA3. Also, he has many followers, and among them, Sarkis and Liberia are in the majority. Between them, there is no division, but rather recognition as fellow brothers and sisters. Also, what's interesting is the fact that Cecilia is the daughter of a Sarkis and a Sancta. Two completely different, two literal opposites. So that's rather interesting. Alright, let's go ahead and read GA3. Pant, pant. They're trying to run. Not on my watch. Dot dot dot. I'll cover you, run. Interesting. A peril blocking an attack for a Sarkis? Neither of you is getting away. Ezel, you stay put. Don't even think about. No wonder her halo flickered like crazy, I guess. No funny business, I know. The terminal is on, Miss Fiametta. Trust me. All I care about is ensuring Cecilia's safety. Change of plans. You can't stay here. Take Cecilia to the Basilica right now. It's more dangerous for us to stay in the open like this. Dot 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 dot. Let's go, Cecilia. Huh? Weren't we going to the big statue? This is the wrong way. We're taking a little detour. What a detour? It means we're going somewhere else right now. The Ecclesia Requiem. A Sarkis. I plan to ask Miss Fiametta for a favor after we reach the Basilica, to have a high-ranking executor look after her, or the Pontifica cohorts to protect her, and confirm that Cecilia poses no threat to Laterano. To let Cecilia see her mother, Fioria, one more time before she entered? But a Sarkis. If Cecilia's father is a Sarkis, then she should also be a Sarkis, and yet she still has a halo. I might be dreaming. If Cecilia was nothing more than another exception. But she is a Sarkis. How could a Sarkis with a halo be allowed to leave the Basilica? Even if the worst doesn't befall her, how would she ever be allowed to leave? Even if this gets me expelled from the Notoria Hall, I have to try. I must bring Cecilia to the Ecclesia Requiem, and at least let her say goodbye. What's entered? I don't know. Probably just literally, you know, put into something. Oh, yeah, it's literally putting a body into a grave. You can't run. You can't run. Anyways, what? She's gaining on us. What do we do? What do we do? We can't shake her. And Fiametta's cheating. What? This is all my fault. The Liberi's not going to let us get away. Run. I'll hold her off. But, hurry. Stand back. Oh? Dot 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 dot. Anduin? 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 You're not getting away again. Show yourself right now. Who? I truly cannot understand why His Holiness would adopt such a hands-off attitude towards Astray. Can you tell me, Mustima? Since the two of you are well acquainted, not gonna talk about that with you. That's awfully petty of you. I managed to keep him from killing me, only for you to very nearly do me in. Hard to forget something like that. And that's the reason you always wear a hat in front of me? Doesn't it get uncomfortable? I've been a legata for this long already. It's just a hat. And as for you, you should probably let Sleeping Beast lie. Do you resent me, Mustima? Laterano has always needed the Lateran Curia to keep things going, and that's always rubbed some people the wrong way, so I don't really care. I think we have a little misunderstanding. That few fallen angels remain in the church has nothing to do with the church itself, but rather the sancta nature of those fallen angels. My attitude may be a bit peculiar, but do you not deem yourself an aberration? Considering the way you're talking to me, aren't you afraid I'll become one of those regular fallen angels? If that was a possibility, I wouldn't be talking to you that way in the first place. Fine, let's talk business first. When's Fiametta getting transferred? Nothing good's gonna come out of her sticking to me. Shouldn't you be asking her instead? Brought it up before, no good. And you think I'd have a better shot? Looks to me like the convenient part of power is you get to ignore what other people want. There's a price to be paid for that, so let's hear it. Why do you want Fiametta transferred? She said she was my escort. Are you guys not curious as to what needs escorting? Of course. Of course, there are some who think she's a warden or jailer to a fallen angel like me, and they don't know the first thing about Fiametta. I'm just the bait she's using to get at Anduin. I don't know. I'm sure she'd be terribly hurt if she heard you say that. Alright, I'll try saying it another way. The bait is the lock and key I'm carrying on my back. And what's wrong with letting Fiametta do as she pleases? If she can get rid of Anduin, or even capture him and bring him back to the Basilica, I'd be very pleased. Or are you saying that even the two of you together can't catch Anduin? Not necessarily. As long as Anduin is still fixated on the lock and key, he can't escape. But let me think. What if Anduin has already found another path? What really sucks is I've moved on. Lemuin has moved on. Maybe even Anduin has moved on. But Fiametta is still trapped in that rainy night 8 years ago. There's no way I could bring that up with Fiametta. And it's times like these where I start to miss that good old empathy. Oh wait, Fiametta is a Liberi anyways. Wouldn't do me any good. This conversation sure brings me back. Are you here to share the wisdom of one who has walked that path? If you'll allow me to exercise my authority as an elder, by all means. Do you remember what you said to me 8 years ago? I don't want to ruin the moment we're having, but sorry, Your Holiness, I can't say that I do. No, I still have things to do and people to protect. Villa's impression of me is making my skin crawl. ... You weren't willing to let me choose for you, so why now? Do you need to choose for Fiametta? Each must find her own path. She must find it and then traverse it. Belle, is this the same answer to you? I don't even know if I read that correctly. Is this my same answer to you? We're almost there, Cecilia. I'm sorry I'm so slow, Mr. Ezel. The sun is about to go behind the mountain. You're doing a great job. Even though we can't use public transit, we're almost off the plate. If I were as strong as Miss Fiametta, you wouldn't have to walk or work so hard. It's okay. Actually, Mama took me out once and we went somewhere far away from home, just like here. Scream Miss Reed be like? I know, right? But won't Miss Fiametta find out that we sneaked out here? If she's only looking for my terminal signal, then hopefully that will buy me a little bit of time. The important thing is that we're here. Is this where Mama went? Cecilia, I've been thinking about how to explain this to you for a long time. Fioria, your mama, is here, but she's also not. What the fuck is that? Did you just link me? I have no way of letting you see your mama again, but at least you'll be able to say goodbye to her here. Mr. Ezel, I don't think I get what you're saying. If she's here, but she's also not, does that mean she went somewhere else? Where did she go? Let's head in first. Ah, what a broken down area. Where are you guys? Anyways, before my father passed away, he always hoped there would be nothing but smiles at his funeral, that we'd see no tears, but Warm Prioress? I don't think I've ever heard that word before. If I may, I believe what your esteemed father truly wished was for you to not fall into grief over his passing. She's a Strodinger cat? Imagine, dude. What the fuck? Whether through tears or laughter, if that is your way of sending him off, then I'm sure he will gladly accept your sentiment. Thank you, Signora Prioress. Prioris? I don't know. Allow me to accompany you around the flower fields outside. Mr. Ezel, that lady also said that her father passed away. Yes, people who pass away all come here. People who are alive come here or come to send them off, and after that, they carry on the wishes of the person who passed away and continue on with life. Then what about the people who passed away? What do they do? Maybe they're watching us from up high in the sky. I can't see anything because my cat is blocking my view. So we won't be able to see them again because they went into the sky? Yes, guys, that's what happens when you die. You literally go up into the sky and become clouds. For those who do not know, whenever you look up in the sky and you see clouds, those are just ghosts. I'm just pointing out, it's true. Surely they're not reused NPC signs, Miles? No, they're not, clearly. Cecilia, this is for you. This is Mama's guardian gun. Yes? Or yes. My mama and papa were both executors for the Notorial Hall. I didn't see them much when I was little, and it was my Nono, or Nano? Nono? I don't know, who raised me. Nono really loved his gun. And he'd tell me stories about his younger days every time he polished it. He told me about the battles he fought, his friends, how he met my Nono, or Nana. Nona? I don't know. And the embarrassing things my papa did as a kid. No, you're 6 feet under when you're dead? Nah, that's not true, dude. When I saw my Nono's gun, I would think back to the stories he told me. Later, my Nono passed away. I was only a little older than you are now. An executor from the Notorial Hall came and took away his guardian gun, just like how I was supposed to take away your mama's gun. Ezzo slowly crouched down and places Fioria's gun in Cecilia's hands. She lowers her head and looks at her mother's patron firearm. Ezzo gently holds Cecilia's hand. Warm drops of water fall onto the embossed floral pattern of the patron's firearm's grip, collecting into a little pool in the young girl's palms. Mr. Ezzo, why am I crying? I water the plants in the backyard every week, just like my Nono had taught me. When they blossom, I was very happy and called for him to come and see. But it was only when I called for him that I realized he wasn't there anymore. I would never see my Nono again, or his gun. Death is the last goodbye you'll ever say to someone. ... But to say goodbye is to overcome death. Who are you? Who is this Chad? He has an iPhone? Anyways, so a gun is like a Sancta's identity? Basically. For there to be a goodbye, the living must move forward, while the dead stays behind. A goodbye is the longing that the living have for the dead. It is proof that the dead lived. Oh, this Chad. A friar? Friar? I don't know. I don't know these church terms. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not Catholic. And this is why we must say goodbye. Anyways, so that was that. Okay, a bunch of interesting, I guess. The first part was more interesting than the second part. Then again, the second part was kind of interesting, I guess, because obviously it kind of talked about like the fallen angel stuff. And Mustima seems to be quite an interesting exception because of the fact that she's not in the same building with all the others, apparently. All right, let's go ahead and see what this tutorial is. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of just went through it without actually even paying attention. So now we're gonna actually see what the tutorial is. Don't sweat it. This sort of thing happens all the time all over Laterano. Gelato stop. Gelato? I don't think I've ever truly had like real gelato. Both allied and enemy units will fight for control over this device. When activated, it restores SP for surrounding allies. Basically, it's really important. And yes, we're gonna use Mustima and Exia. Am I right? It'll be good, trust me on this. How do they treat fallen angels? I don't know. We'll find out. I actually did this technically incorrectly when I first did this, but it's fine. These are the Laterano exclusive gelato stops, able to continuously restore SP to surrounding operators. And actually, it actually gives you SP quite fast. It's like 1 per second or something like that? I don't know. It's actually not bad. Brilliant. Oh! Is Great Throw from Laterano as well? I wonder. Anyways, brilliant. Standing in the gelato stops vicinity lets me use my skills even faster. So basically we're cheating. That's basically what's going on. It's just cheating. Careful. These are the Pathfinder's shock force. I like how they'll prioritize attacking gelato stops and they'll deal extra damage to them. Why? Why do they deal extra damage to them? Not as annoying as the gramophones? Fuck them? Nah, I'd rather deal with the gramophones. After the gelato stop is destroyed by the enemy, it'll deal arts damage to all surrounding allied operators and also stun them. And on the flip side, if the allied units defeat opposing gelato stops, it'll deal arts damage to and stun all surrounding enemies. So basically, you want to capture these as much as you can. Unless you want to also time it, so you could, stun some people. After gelato stops go through a brief intermediate state, they'll function as normal again. But hasn't its color gone a little off? Correct. After being destroyed by the enemy, gelato stops will restore SP to enemies instead. Oh yeah, because I guess you have some enemies that have bullets, so you might want to be careful. After obtaining SP, enemies can use their skills again right away. This is awful. We have to capture the gelato stop back. Don't worry, our reinforcements have arrived. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and just put down Masima right here. And put down Exia right here. Some of the Pathfinders are equipped with special ammo skills. Whenever they possess special ammo, they'll use their skills. Yeah, obviously. Apple pie! Anyways, we're basically done, guys. I'm gonna activate this. Can this guy walk any slower? Can these guys walk any slower? Hello? That really hurts. These guys really hurt, actually. Jesus. Anyways, now we just wait for 10,000 years. And that's it. That's the tutorial, guys. Now I know exactly what these do. I mean, I kind of had an idea of what they were doing, but still.
May my hail of bullets bring you eternal peace.
Okay, next, we're moving on to GA4. Okay, depending on how long GA4 takes us, we might actually do GA5. Right now, as it stands, I'm predicting that we are gonna do GA5. But that's gonna be the last one we do. So let's go ahead and do GA4. In his heart, a question lies, yet no person can answer him. Alright, GA4 before. Dot. You look horrible. Did you pull an all-nighter? He's back. I saw it, and it couldn't have been anyone else. That light, it was Andoan's art. So that's why you vanished in a puff of smoke yesterday morning or afternoon. He came to you directly, though? He wasn't there for me. When I was bringing the mixed blood girl back to the Basilica, I bumped into a Sarkis. A Sarkis? Now, of all times? And in broad daylight of the streets of Laterano, too? That's right. I went after the Sarkis and told Ezo to take the girl back to the Basilica. I chased the Sarkis all the way to the edge of Pega's Faber, but Andoan covered her with his arts, and she got away. As for Ezo, I thought he'd have made it to the Basilica by the evening, but he never made it. This is his terminal. It was stuck to the bottom of a vehicle transporting envoys. Our trainee kid's a good enough actor to fool you? I doubt he was acting, though it's true that I don't understand why he did it. Maybe Andoan kidnapped him, too? Fiametta, I think you really ought to calm down a little. I'm calm. I'm calmer than I've been in the last 8 years, but none of you ever told me what happened the day after I left. It was a simple mop-up mission, and it went so much better than we expected. All I did was answer a call for backup. I left the rest of you for 4 hours. And by the time I got back to the ruins, it was all too late. I've already told you everything I could. What exactly did he get from the lock and key that gave him the nerve to do that to Limuin? I would tell you if I could, but I don't know myself. Fiametta, this is Laterano, the Lateran Basilica. We aren't running around ruins in the wild of Kazdal anymore. I wonder. Did Laterano have a war with the Sarkis area? I wonder. You need to get some rest, Fiametta. How about I help you apply for some leave? If you don't use your annual leave, it just expires. Are you serious? The conference is in 2 days, and Anduin brought Sarkis here to Laterano to kidnap a mixed-blood Sancta girl. He might have even attacked an executor. I really let my guard down this time. The Sarkis clearly knew her way around Pegasus Faber. They must have infiltrated Laterano a long time ago. What is that maniac planning this time? I'm serious, calm down. The old man's already heard about the Astray, and so has Veliv. I was working in the Basilica yesterday too. Not that I like to think of meetings as work. In any case, Laterano is really not in as much danger as you think. Anduin's just a Sancta. He's not a monster with 6 eyes and 4 arms. If you really want to take him on, go lie down for 2 hours. We'll talk to Lemuin after that. ... Looks like you're not completely out of it just yet. We're still here at the church? Did we sleep over here or something? Did you get enough rest last night? I'm very well rested. Thank you for taking us in, Senor. The Ecclesia Requiem's doors are always open, as long as you don't find it too depressing. After all, both the living and the dead visit this place. Given the circumstances, we're fortunate enough to have a roof over our heads. Speaking of which, where's Cecilia? The girl you brought with you? The sisters told me that she slept very well last night. She must have been exhausted. She's had a long day. Mr. Ezel, Mr. Friar, good morning. Good morning, Cecilia. You're full of energy today. Yeah, we have stuff to do. I asked Mr. Friar to help me with something. He told me that there's a ceremony for the family of the dead to say their goodbyes. I want to say goodbye to Mama. We will hold a funeral for Miss Fioria. I see, a funeral. It's both a way to pay the dead our respects and for us to find closure. I'll help you, Cecilia. Allow me to thank you again, Senor. No, not at all. It is my honor, actually. There's nothing more beautiful than finding the courage to take that step forward. She is still young, and already she is saying farewell to a loved one. Not many grown men can handle this journey she is about to take. May I come in? Oh, it's you, at last. Please, come in. She's here. Oh, excuse me? Interesting. Oh, is this priest an asshole? Then again, who knows what's, bad or good? It's a singing cotton lady. You, put your gun down. This is a heartfelt reunion. It is no different from the countless emotional meetings that have taken place across the land. I knew it. It's you. Cotton Candy Lady. I didn't get to talk to you yesterday. I actually really wanted to, but I don't know why everyone started to fight. Your horns look just like Papa's. So pretty. I wish I had horns like Papa too. I'm jealous. Really? But your halo is very pretty. It's so bright that I sometimes can't sleep at night. It helps me read storybooks though. Cotton Candy Lady, are you from the same place as Papa? Why can't Papa live in the city? Why aren't there other Sarkis in Laterano? Oh, my name is Cecilia. Hello, Cecilia. Call me Rosella. Friar, why is there a Sarkis here? Sarkis? No Sarkis has ever been allowed to set foot in our holy Lateran city. But then, what is Cecilia? Let's go. Give them some space. What are you people trying to accomplish? We're only seeking our path forward. Excuse me? Good. Oh, it's a bear? Oh, it's an Ursa's bear. Good morning, guide. Salutations, guide. Oh, is that a Lethenian, actually? May God bless you and keep you, guide. They call you their guide? I don't presume to be any sort of guide or leader. You may call me by my name, Anduin. Oh! Wait. Then I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. If being a leader helps my brothers and sisters feel at ease and point them in a direction, then I am willing to serve as their guide. That's all. I hope that's all it is. I know what you're thinking. The mastermind of a heretical cult lurking in the shadows of Laterano to lead the citizens astray. A man plotting a shocking conspiracy during this important conference that the city spent so much time to prepare? No, we wish to only throw open the doors to those who are rejected, harmed, insulted, and desecrated. The Ecclesia Requiem will open its doors to them all. But both you and I are angels. They are not. The sacred cathedrals and churches of the Sancta have no place for them. Look at this old man. The Ursus hammering away at the coffin. He lost his family, his friends, his land, and his home during the war. What does he have to rely on, to believe in? Where can he find comfort and salvation? After a long journey, he made his way here to Laterano, the land of peace and radiance he heard about from passing travelers. You're passing out and woke up hearing Anduin? I know, right? But what does this place offer him? How did the glorious Lateran city treat this foreigner who had long been a toy of fate's cruelty? See the Capone woman watering the herbs? She was branded a whore, and wow, I'm surprised they actually said that. I think that's the first time they even said that in this game. And a blasphemer, who for offending a noble, only barely escaping her home when it was set alight. All she wanted was peace and quiet, or if fate would allow for a bit of luxury, a brief moment of leisure, and joy every now and then. Do you think the saints in the basilica will think of her? Do you think her their sister? To these men and women, our glorious Lateran citizens might perhaps offer them a sympathetic smile. Perhaps even passionately hear their woes. Maybe even open up their wallets to show their kindness and virtue. Yet to the Sancta, all of this will always be somebody else's problem. As for the Sancta, the cursed devils, the crafty devils have never had a choice. Our hatred of them has lasted thousands of years. For as long as history books go back, the Sancta and the Sarkis have been slaughtering one another. The origins of this conflict is long gone. Our mutual hatred has become common sense. Father and son slay father and son. Sisters murder sisters. The Sarkis attack Sancta caravans for sport, while the Sancta shoot their Sarkis enemies through the chest with greatest pride. We are only ever concerned with how we see them, yet we are never interested in how they see us. Vengeance for vengeance grew into custom, and those customs eventually became tradition. But if you are willing to spend the night with them under the same roof, you will find that their joys and sorrows are no different than ours. They rejoice when reunited, they weep when one passes, they tease their friends, and they grow bashful when they fall in love. Some of them love drink, others love song, and some of them even choose to dedicate their lives to their faith. How are they any different from us? In Laterano, even the most devout Liberi friars, who carefully follow the church's teachings, who dutifully carry out their tasks in each ceremony, even those who are made saints and created cardinals, the church has never truly accepted them. The Liberi are only there to lend a helping hand. They are tools to be used in the church's day-to-day affairs. They don't have halos, which means they aren't chosen. They aren't Sancta. Laterano is a place of peace and beauty, a place full of joy and laughter, but only we are deserving of this grace. What you're saying is apostasy. I don't even know what that even means. Young executor, let me ask you, why? Why are the Sancta the only ones allowed happiness? You know who Cecilia is. We've known for years. She's the child of a Sancta and a Sarkis. If grace actually existed, she would be it. So you're trying to kidnap Cecilia now because of the conference? We are not concerned with the conference at all. We came to Cecilia now because as a child, she should be with her mother's side, or at her mother's side, or whatever. As soon as we are done with what we came here for, we will leave Laterano. What are you trying to accomplish? You seem very tense. First things first, we must hold a funeral for Cecilia's mother. Do you see the place up ahead with all the flowers? That's where the graveside is. Tomorrow, that's where Fioria will be buried. If all are equal when they pass, then so should they be when they live. What? Music. Dot 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 dot. This Halo's kind of interesting, I guess. It's kind of more mechanical. It's kind of weird. Come out. Excuse me? Executor Federico. Your Excellency, if I may ask, did you provide the Sancta with a path to infiltrate Laterano? If indeed you did, I would be required to take you in to the relevant tribunal of the Lateran Curia for questioning. Must we make things so difficult between us? I suggest you cooperate with the Notorial Hall should you resist arrest. Regulations stipulate that I can and will temporarily suspend your rights as a Lateran citizen. How exactly do you explain this encounter of ours with canon laws and teachings? Should we interpret it as a test, or does it mean we have lost our way? Or perhaps losing our way is part of the test? Oh. ... It is clear that you are resisting arrest. Unfortunately, this encounter will not be resolved peacefully. Well, I mean, Executor, you're kind of shit, but we don't talk about that. You're only good for the boys squad. In reality, though, nah, you're kind of shit. Alright, let's go ahead and do this fight. I'm probably gonna change some people out because I want some arts damage. I have like no fucking arts damage here, and this is which is kind of fucking annoying. Doctor! Apostasy is something that defies a... Oh, okay, I see. So basically, he's being a heretic. Anyways, bend your loins up. Actually, is Myrtle done for trust? Nope, not done yet. Should be fine here, actually. I just need some kind of arts damage and I'll be fine. Like consistent arts damage, should I say. Alright, so let me take a look at this setup right here. This actually won't be too bad. Actually, I know exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and set up Myrtle right here. I'm gonna go ahead and set up Grani right here, actually. Pop off Myrtle. And we're gonna go ahead and actually put down Black Knight right here. Actually, let's put down Chiav. So you got these dickheads over here who think they're funny when they're really not. I'm gonna fuck their day up. Like, they literally have no idea what's coming after them. I'm gonna literally fuck their day up. Actually, I'm probably gonna get destroyed. Who knows? We'll see. Can they hit me from there? Yes, they can. Uh-oh. I didn't think... I was actually trying to wonder if they could actually shoot me from over there. Oops. Oh no, I failed! Actually, I'm just gonna kill this guy. I was gonna be like, I failed, but I'm just gonna fucking kill him. I don't care. I'm gonna go ahead and put this right here. And then we're gonna go ahead and put down Fiammetta right here.
I only do what I need to.
And then we're gonna go ahead and actually put down like Warfin right here. And then we're gonna go ahead and put down Dinar right here. That's so annoying. Can you fuck off? That's actually so annoying. We're gonna take out Grani and we're gonna go ahead and put down Kazemaru right here. I know it makes an awful lot of sense. Kind of resembles our idea of equality. Yeah. I mean, like, that's basically... I mean, the thing is... okay. The thing is about this event so far right now, it's basically no different than what's going on in Arknights in general. In, like, most areas. Most areas kind of are going through the same issue, just in different flavors, if that makes sense.
I don't like damage, unless it's necessary.
Dude, fuck these guys, man. Fuck these guys. Is it Rampant Terra? Clearly. Hey, put it over there! What the fuck? Am I done yet?
胸の高鳴りを感じたほどだ。
Alright, GA4 after story, let's read this. Tell me more! Guys, maybe what if that's actually Mudrock? And oh, be careful with the candle. Don't get no, that's actually Candle Knight right there, clearly. Don't get burnt. Can't mess with the shape. It won't look pretty. I need to make it look nicer for Mama. Alright, I've told you a lot already. It's all boring adventures and the same old day life. As for Kazdel in the legends, it's kind of embarrassing to say, but none of us has ever been. Kazdel is to the Sarkis like what Laterano is to the Sancta, right? It's the Sarkis homeland. Everyone's got to be very happy. There are cotton candy food trucks, right? And candy stores too. There are lots of happy Sarkis on the streets. Yeah, there's a lot of happy Sarkis on the streets, you're right. All of them saying hi to each other. Maybe. It could be like that one day. Why don't we talk about you instead, Cecilia? What are your papa and mama like? Chillin'. Reading out and coming with the eyes still like your heart? Because the problem seems like those from evil times? A little bit. I don't know. I don't actually know. I haven't seen Papa that many times. Every time we went to see him, Mama did a lot of work to prepare, and we always left at night. We walked very far to the forest. We met him in the forest, and he wore a big cape. That's why this thing called Rose Island exists. And he wore a big cape, like he hurried to us from somewhere far away. I don't actually remember what he looks like very well, but I remember his horns. They are black and straight, and they twinkle bright under the moonlight. Is this just a patriot? He took me by my hand and walked around the forest. He told me the names of the trees and how old they were. It gets very quiet at night outside the city. You don't even hear foul beasts, but I was never scared. He grabbed my hand so tight, it kind of hurt, but I didn't say anything. Every time we saw each other, he looked like he was even happier than I was, and he also looked a little nervous. When I got tired, Mama would carry me on her back and take me home. When I looked back, Papa would be there under the big tree, he kept looking at us. Even after we got very far away, he would still stand there. Your Mama and Papa are both wonderful people. Mama's amazing. She knows how to do everything. Look, this is Mama's guardian gun. Ezel gave it to me. Mama said that Papa couldn't beat her in the fight if he tried. She always let Papa win. But I know Papa's really amazing too. Haha, Cecilia. When I say wonderful, it probably doesn't mean the same thing as what you mean by amazing. Really? I'm sure Papa and Mama are both wonderful and amazing. Mama never told me how she met Papa though. Every time I asked her, she would start talking about something else. Why didn't she want to tell me? When you're still a kid, there's a lot of other more important things. Do you like watching tea brew? When I was your age, I loved looking at brewing tea. The water would get darker and darker by the second. ... Roselia, god damn it. Rosella, the way you're talking about something else now is just like Mama. I may look like I don't know a lot, but actually, I know a little. What? I may look like I don't know a lot, but actually I know a little. I ran all around the city yesterday, but I didn't see any Sarkis besides you. Sarkis aren't supposed to come to Laterano, are they? That's why Papa and Mama shouldn't be together. No, I mean, there is somebody who doesn't want him to be with Mama, right? No, there's no such thing as two people who shouldn't be together. All this will change, and it won't be too long from now. It will happen. Love isn't a crime. I understand. That's why we are here. And when that day comes, can I walk around Laterano all I want? Of course. I won't have to hide in my room anymore. I can visit all the candy stores in Laterano one at a time. Just once. You can go as many times as you want. Wow, I want that day to come soon. I want to grow up soon. Right. Maybe if you grow up soon, it'll just... No, Cecilia, there's no hurry. When I was your age... Sorry, let me just read this. When I was your age, I always thought that growing up would solve everything. But when I finally grew up, growing up is very, very, very tough, Cecilia. It will be even harder for you. The burden that you will carry on your shoulders. No, never mind. You're still a kid. Let's not think about that. Sorry. Even though everyone grows up, right? We don't have a choice but to grow up. In theory. Rosella, who has been smiling the whole time, suddenly seems somewhat lonely all of a sudden. She looks out the chapel's window at the graveyard outside. It's full of blooming flowers, and in the distance, the tall statue in the center of Latron City makes a faint impression. She starts humming a song, sorrowful, but with a hint of hope. Oh, that song. You hummed it yesterday too. When Mama taught me that song, she said she didn't know the words anymore, so she always sang it with la-la-las. But I really like how it sounds. What is the song actually about? This is a circus song. It's about a hero who's about to go on a journey to do something really amazing, and that's why everyone sang this song to say their goodbyes and send him on his way, hoping he'll come back safely. The hero of the song is going somewhere far away to fulfill his dreams. It may be a long, long journey, but he will certainly. Mr. Ezel, Mr. Friar, what are you chatting about? Good day, guide. Nothing important, just old stories about the circus and a few trivial topics. Or there's something called coping, Cecilia? Nah, dude. I'm having fun. I've never talked to someone so long. Mr. Ezel, did you pick these flowers? Yes. I thought we could extract the flowers' fragrance and give the candles a little scent. Fragrance can help guide the departed in the right direction. That's so nice. Thanks, Mr. Ezel. Actually, I'm a little scared. When I say goodbye to Mama at the funeral, that's going to be the last goodbye, right? Does that really mean I can't see her anymore? Not even on holidays? Not even once in a long while, like Papa? Even if I just want her to pat my head? Even if there's still a story about an angel and a burden beast that she hasn't finished telling me. Cecilia, tonight's the last time, Cecilia. I'll stay with you in your mama's room tonight, okay? All of us will be there. You won't be alone. Asarka is watching over a sanctus child and her mother. The candlelight may be feeble, but it too can light up the path to the other side. Lemuin, we're here to see you. We brought you some dessert. A fruit tart. I swiped from the basilica. Damn. Mostima's a fucking, evil person, clearly. Welcome. By the way, that cactus looks disgusting. That's our girl, Lemuin. You got fine eyes. Do you two really miss me so much that you have to visit every day? We could come see you every hour if that's what you want. Trying to curry favor, are you, Mostima? And you, Fiametta, that's a terrible smile if I've ever seen one. Did something happen? It's Anduin. ... You ran into him? We encountered Arsarchus who had infiltrated Laterano, and when I was chasing her, I saw his Originium arts firsthand. I see. It's good that you aren't hurt. Lemuin, are you sure you're okay here? This is a normal hospital. He's paid me a visit already. What did you just? Sigh. A silence descends upon the room. Lemuin looks at the flowers on the table. ... The way you two talk about him is like you're talking about a picnic you had over the weekend. Lemuin, I'm not mad about you. But whenever we talk about him, you and Mostima too, each and every time whenever I bring it up, you two always have that same look. Whenever I see that expression on your faces, it makes me think maybe it wasn't him who went crazy that day, that I lost my mind. We felt it, is all. Your Sancta Hive mine again? Fine, you felt what he felt. Why did you point your gun at him then? That has nothing to do with this. So that's who Mustima basically was pointing her gun at. Interesting. That has nothing to do with this. It didn't matter how out of it he was. I couldn't let him take the lock and key. Oh, what about after that? You fell because of him? Or you fell because of him. Does that not bother you? Lemuin, it was his arts that put you in this hospital. You fell into a coma for 5 whole years. Does that not bother you? Fiametta, trust me, I'm on your side. It's just that I could really feel... I don't want to hear that word anymore. Do you think I'm mad about all this for no good reason? Of course not. I understand. Right, of course. All of you understand. I'm the only one who doesn't. Hey, Fiametta. Sigh. Fiametta. Shimmering Vigil. You want me to bash your face in? Listen to me. I've got something to say to you, Mustima. Oh shit, what a nice picture. What an actual nice picture. I'm done with you stinking Sancta already. Your empathy, the way you understand each other, I don't want to hear any of it. Did those halos fry your angel brains? You and Lemuin almost died in those ruins. Why aren't you angry? Why aren't you mad? Why am I the only one who's mad? Actually, like, sometimes... Oh, whatever. Kiss? Yeah, you're right, dude. Don't give me that arrogant smile and that nothing matters attitude. You had to leave Laterano and drift all across the world, bum out in the boonies. Whose fault do you think that was? I followed you all the way to Victoria, to Lethenian, Sargon, Jan. What do you think that was for? You, Lemuin, Anduin, our team? There was a time when we trusted each other. What kind of god almighty reason does he have anyways? What gave him the right to betray our trust? And what gave you... for some reason, I'm getting like Resident Evil 1 storyline right now. And what gave you two the right to understand him? Why should I have to understand him? Do you know how much I miss those days? All those times we finished a mission after those close calls? All those times Lemuin took us out to drinks? All those times we tried out a new dessert shop? Even those times he fixed our reports. What gave him the right to ruin it all? Those days mean a lot to me. Oh, Fiametta's just really emotional right now, clearly. Interesting. I understand. ... Fi, Lateron irises? Irises? I don't know. Irises? ... They grow only in the central garden of Saint Marcel, the Sunset Chapel, in the Ecclesia Requitum in Stevanus. Yeah, come on, we'll go together. You're my warden. Better make sure I'm not hurt on the job. ... Oh, interesting. Nice. Very interesting. I am interested. That's all I can say. I am definitely interested. Okay, moving on to GA5. Okay. I don't know about you guys, because there's only like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the last story thing. I don't think this is gonna end on the last one. I feel like it's gonna not necessarily leave off on a cliffhanger, but I feel like it's going to... I feel like there's gonna be a continuation, because I feel like this is kind of... I feel like in some ways this event could be potentially a big deal, especially because like it holds like this summit where leaders of like different countries come to visit, and I'm pretty sure like Laterano had dealings with Calcit in the past. I think I could have sworn, I could have remembered Calcit talking about Laterano. And then obviously Laterano had wars with Kazdil, so you know, it gives us information about what happened to Kazdil over time. So we'll see. Irisis is a flower that Anduin gave to Lemuin? I see. Anyways, let's go ahead and read GA5. This will be the last one we actually read today. Pathfinder Velas. Interesting. So we're basically just fighting other Sanctas. That's interesting. Alright, let's read the shit. Oh, that the fucking audio delay. LD player win. I hope it's not a cliffhanger. I want to satisfy. No, it's probably gonna be a cliff. Not like a super big cliffhanger, like how. But I would say something maybe close to like maybe something close to like Maria Neural's event. How it didn't really leave off on like a big cliffhanger in a sense. But I don't know. We'll see. How deep are we? Reckon we should dig a little more? It'll be all a wasteland here sooner or later. It's not like you could stick wheels under the graves. Folks want to leave behind some traces of their lives after they die, but it's all a pointless dream, sadly. Might as well ask for a cremation and have your ashes scattered in the wilderness. That's probably what's gonna happen to me. That would put us out of a job though. True enough. If you ask me, graves aren't for the dead. It's the living who need these things. The ceremonies and the big chunk of rock that goes on top of them, those are the things that folks say their goodbyes to before starting anew. Until it's their turn to bite the dust. At least resolve to Fiamme's troubles, maybe? They're probably gonna explain what happened. I wonder if he's gonna be the final boss of this event. The preparations of the ritual are almost complete. I'm not sure. I don't feel so good today. Mama, Mr. Friar, I was really happy yesterday. Rosella told me about a lot of fun stuff. We prepared for the funeral together, and it felt like I was doing something for Mama. But we're done with everything now. What comes next? I think... Ooh, interesting. I think I worked really hard for Mama. But can Mama see all that? Nope. You spoil imagine, dude. Does all this really mean anything? The boss is a bitch to deal with? Did you know that boss is not a bitch to deal with if you just kill him? Does all this really mean something? Mr. Friar, have you gone through this a lot? When it happens, during the funeral, what should I do? And what do I do once it's over? Right, the funeral. You're still young, but I don't want to hide anything from you. I wonder if this guy kind of like, because clearly like he was working with, with Mastima, Fiammetta, and Lemuin. So it makes me wonder whether, makes me kind of feel like maybe he saw something or he realized something that was kind of like fucked up. And maybe like just started disagreeing with the ways of Laterano. And then, obviously maybe like Lemuin and Mastima are very like understanding, and that's why they're not really angry about him. Whereas obviously Fiammetta can't understand because obviously, she's not a Sancta, so she can't literally sink in with them. Guys, bosses are never bad if they just die. I just want to point that out. That's a known fact. If they just die, you don't have to deal with it. You're still young, but I don't want to hide anything from you. We do a lot of things for others, but in the end, we do it for ourselves. Cecilia, this isn't selfishness. Also, I guess we'll see later in the story, but because I was gonna say something, but I don't want to sound like an idiot. I mean, it's not really sounding like an idiot, but I don't really want to I don't want to really make a prediction about something without like slightly more facts. Cecilia, this isn't selfishness. Rather, it just means that ultimately everything that the living do is to mold and shape themselves. We hold funerals and say our goodbyes when our loved ones leave us, but it also a respite for ourselves. It's a way to mark the road that we've trodden. Many grown-ups use this as a way to find peace, but whether they truly find it or indeed anything isn't the fault of the funeral itself. It's really up to us after we go through the thing. The thing? Once we are done looking back and resting, we must keep going forward, or you could just not go anywhere. But where do we go after that? That is something you need to ask yourself. You go to Rhodes Island. This is a question that only you can answer yourself, and it's a question. Maybe she becomes. Maybe she becomes Candle Knight. Am I right? Anyways, is a question that both you and I and everyone must answer in our lifetimes. Yo, Mustema altar, please? I asked myself. Only you can find the right way forward for yourself, and it is only with your own two legs that you can walk that path. What about you, Mr. Friar? You know so much. What is your world like? I can't answer you that. I'm afraid I can't even say I found it. It's a tough search and a sad journey. It makes you wonder if the way forward ever truly exists. But I haven't given up, and that is why I and my brothers and sisters call ourselves the Pathfinders. Ah, I see. So we're fighting these guys. No wonder they're so strong. Actually, there are Sarkises and Sanctas. That's kind of that's actually kind of a scary fucking team. Because when you think about it, right? Sarkises are scary to like in general, like to fight, because they're just they're literally just fighting machines. But at the same time, Sanctas could fight them, so they're clearly just as strong as each other. Them being on the same team is kind of scary. Candelabra? I don't know. Where does one find somebody's there? That Liberi from the hospital? Patia, was it? And the legatus called Orin too. Oh? I really don't get it. What is that guy even doing? Watch your words, Orin. This is the perfect time to act. There's a lot of other things we could be doing besides wasting our time on a funeral. And I thought you were close to the girl's mother. How cold-blooded of you. I had already made my decision when I told Anduin about Cecilia. She's capable of knocking the city off its godly throne. That also means she can shake that saint who's always hiding behind the red and gold curtain, and plenty of others besides. I wonder who they're talking about. What is he talking about? A Sancta wants to bring down his holy city with the help of a mixed-blood girl? Scandalous. You make it sound like I just want to burn it all down for no good reason. I said capable. That doesn't mean we have to do it. In fact, if we don't do it, then her worth as a bargaining chip is that much more. I just have to make sure Cecilia doesn't end up in the Pope's hand. On that point, at least, Anduin and I are aligned. A word of advice. I don't know what kind of tricks you're trying to play with Cecilia, but do not forget the promise you made to the guide. Thanks for the tip. I don't mind walking this path with you folks for a little longer. Now, you'll have to excuse me. I have better places to be than a funeral. It seems like... Okay, like, the funny part is, like... It seems like this guy is a little bit more extremist than the, you know, the Pathfinders. Just a little bit. Looks like they aren't all on the same wavelength. But what worries me more is that there's a legatus involved. I'll take Cecilia and leave once the funeral is over. I'm surprised how much this guy is actually getting screen time. Then again, I feel like a lot of times welfare operators tend to get a lot of screen time in general. You know? Cecilia. Senor Ezel, the funeral will be starting soon. Anduin, I don't care about your grand ideals, and I'm not interested in discussing faith with you. So once the funeral is over, I'm leaving with Cecilia. Where will you go? ... None of your concern. It's time to light the candles, Senor Ezel. Go be with Cecilia. Man, I really wish I had more coffee. The early spring mornings are still frigid here in Laterano. Reminded me of this described pragmatic and ruthless pre-amnesiac doctor? Who? Oh, I don't know. Sancta funerals are often accompanied by laughter, music, sweets, and the occasional inconsequential explosion. The departed become one with the Holy Spirit and return to heaven. This is worthy of celebration, but there is another kind of Sancta funeral unknown to other races. On a certain hour of a certain day, a great sorrow will seize all Sancta by the throat. or they will not be able to move, breathe, or avert their eyes. Me? Imagine. Each and every fragile soul will be swept away as if by the floodwaters of a broken dam. Yet neither the joy of the former nor the awesome power of the latter will be found today in the Ecclesia Requiem. I don't know why I keep saying it like that. Requietum of Pagus Stebanus. We find only a frail girl trying her hardest to swing the absurdly unwieldy shovel in her hands. A girl trying to shovel the last bit of dirt onto her mother's resting place. Go, Cecilia. It's time to see goodbye? I'm pretty sure that's supposed to say it's time to say goodbye, but I could be wrong. I have been wrong before. ... Mama, what should I do? When I think to myself that I'm doing this for Mama, I don't feel scared of anything. I feel like I can do anything. It feels like I've gotten a little stronger since you've been gone. Is it because I got a little older? But Mr. Esel says I won't get to see you anymore. Even if I grow up and grow even stronger, I won't see you again, right? When I do a good job, you won't be there to reward me. When I do something bad, you won't be there to get angry at me. I never see goodbye. You never know. So why should I grow up? Mr. Fryer says I'm doing a funeral and saying goodbye to you for myself. What does it mean to do something for myself? I'm scared, Mama. A few days ago, a prioress lady that I don't know told me that whether we do it with tears or smile, the ones who are leaving us will accept our goodbyes. I don't get it, Mama. Should I cry or should I smile? Mr. Fryer said it was a question for myself, but I don't know. There is no rush, Cecilia. You still have lots of time. Too bad then. That yours just ran out. Excuse me? Oh shit. Hey, been a while. I finally got you, Andoin. Nostima, Viametta, my dear old friends. Long time no see. If you're here to mourn the dead, I'm afraid you came a little too late. That's alright. We can always make some more. Oh, interesting. Imagine crashing a funeral, though. Hello? Interesting that we're already meeting him, and we still got like 4 different stories that we gotta read. Alright. Let's go ahead and read GA5. Alright. Oh, shit! No, I mean, let's go ahead and do the stage, and then we'll read GA5. Alright, so GA5, it's actually not the worst. It's actually not that bad. I mean, yeah, there's not really much for me to really say. It's really not that bad. So let's just go ahead and do this. In fact, it's funny I say that because I don't even know what to do. Alright, put down Merle right here. God, this music is so good. Sorry, it's kind of like how I hear the music. It's so fucking good. Pop off you. We're gonna put down Chiav as well. Pop off Black Knight. We're gonna go ahead and actually put down Fiammetta right here. Pop off Chiav. Actually, I don't want Fiammetta right there, funny enough. But that's fine. I guess we're gonna go ahead and put her there because I already started. Alright, we're gonna actually take out Black Knight because I'm gonna go ahead and actually post up I'm gonna actually post up Dinar I'm gonna post up Dinar right here. And we're gonna go ahead and actually put down Telopsis right here, face to the right. Thank God it's ending. My eyes can barely keep themselves open. Imagine, dude.
Boring. There's no fluke.
That's actually really far range. Holy fuck. Fiammetta, why is your range so fucking far? Jesus Christ. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and actually I'll put down Warframe right here. And we're gonna put down Kazemaru right here. Fiammetta's range is so fucking far, she's actually not really doing anything, funny enough. I guess we could put Grani, like, right here. It doesn't really matter. Oh yeah, there's paratroopers too. That's actually really annoying. Why does she put it over there? I think it's randomly, right? Yeah, actually, okay, so I don't know if there's a priority of where she puts it, which is kind of annoying. Not like it really matters, but whatever. Can I please get this? Okay, so that's actually not fair. Well, whatever. It doesn't really matter. Cause I'm just gonna literally put Silver Ash right here. He's mad you're not using her properly. Yeah, you're right, dude. I don't know if they think they're going to accomplish anything, because honestly, if I get into trouble, I'm just gonna literally pop off Silver Ash and call it a day. Wow, it's not my fault Fiametta had like no HP. Fuck off, little shitlord. This guy right here is literally a shitlord. Anyways, how's your guys' day going?
いいね。また勉強になったよ。
Alright, let's go ahead and read GA5 after. But I don't. It's random, you think, but the attack range compensates as randomness? Right. Larry the Fourth, how are you doing? Sup? Okay, Cecilia, watch out! Mr. Ezel! Guide, we have to hold our ground. It's you, Cecilia. Isn't your bargaining chip. Ezel, give her to me. ... I can't see anything because my cat. Hey Ezel, what's the big idea? Don't tell me you're working with these... heretics? Terrorists? Apostates? Are those the only names that the church can come up with? Out of the way, Patia. You were right, Fiametta. It's not easy to change the way someone thinks. That goes for both of us. You look like you're doing well. Much thanks to you. You look like you've aged a lot though, guide. Haha, I have to thank you for that too. The gunshot wound took forever to heal. Hahaha, not bad. Definitely better than having her shoot you. That is true. Lemuin almost died. I know. It was the better option over her bullet. Looks like that mental illness of yours hasn't gotten any better. Hey kid, you must be Ezel. Another legata. What should I... exclamation point? A fallen angel? Miss Fiametta, what's going on? Ah, you fell. Of course, you shot at me. You can't feel anymore. So I use my eyes to see and my mind to think. The little girl there is Cecilia, right? Miss, you have horns, but you also have a halo. Are you a Sancta? Maybe? I don't exactly know, actually. Listen, Ezel, bring Cecilia over here. She'll be fine. I'm supposed to trust a fallen angel? I've gotta be more trustworthy than a pissed off Liberi. Hey, you mean that bitch over there, right? ... LOL. Man, it just feels, man, like, it felt like the first year of Arknights, or the first year and a half of Arknights, they, like, went pretty safe in terms of, like, what they did. And then, like, after that, they're like, oh, you know what, we'll just use whatever words we want. We'll just make scenes however we want. We don't care. Mostima, we haven't finished her mother's funeral yet. Whoa, I almost bought into that. Are you really such a dutiful curate for this Ecclesia, Requitem, Anduin? Mostima, did you follow me here just to catch up on old times? Ezel, have you made up your mind yet? Cecilia, Oh, Miss Cecilia, you aren't done yet, right? ... Anduin, you've got a decent crowd here. Actually, you know what's kind of funny? The way that these guys are kind of like pushing her to do whatever they're doing, it almost feels like It almost feels like they're trying to get her to do some ritual or something, like a cult ritual. The way they're kind of pushing her to do something. Anduin, you've got a decent crowd here. You brought so many with you just to get Cecilia? ... Oh, almost forgot. I have a message for you. It's from the guy in the lock and key. Your bravery is commendable, but you won't like the final answer. Thank you for that. I may not be fortunate enough to walk my path with it, but I benefited but I benefited greatly from its opening my eyes all those years ago. You like it that way? Imagine. Look at you. Are you sure you benefited? Only the wearer knows where the shoe pinches. Not good. Ezel, stand back. What? What? What's going on? He just, and I'm just like, what? Can you believe it? I saw an ocean formed of faith. This guy drank the Kool-Aid too much. That concludes the report for this operation. Some of my colleagues were present. Some of my colleagues present were involved in the incident. If you have anything to add, please do. Brothers and sisters, I propose we immediately declare a state of emergency across the entire city. Anduin is already enough trouble to deal with, but now we have a mixed blood Sancta on our hands too. Gun Knight Giovanni, the conference is set to open soon. Surely you know that a state of emergency would lead to a panic among the envoys. Your Eminence, we face a dangerous element. If a little panic could solve the problem at hand, I consider that an easy win. His Holiness has been planning this conference for years, the Summit of Nations. It could be the key to Laterano's primacy on land as we know it, but now, a panic threatens to destroy this key. And how do you know that Anduin won't bring this conference to ruins if you leave him be? No need to worry, good night Giovanni. We're talking about a group of desperate people without a future and a small girl of unknown background. Oren, how do you think we Laterans have enjoyed peace for a millennium? It's because we stayed vigilant, taking no chances with such uncertainties. Even though Laterans set off explosions on the streets day in and day out, huh? The way I see it, the Reverend Gun Knight just might be looking for an opportunity to use that awe-inspiring, but so often holstered gun of yours. I take pride in my gun. Got a problem with that? Please, this is urgent. May I continue? You may. I'm sure you all know that Mustima and I used to work with Anduin. The Anduin I know isn't the one to go off half-cocked. He wouldn't start a war without preparing for it, so even though he could sow chaos in Laterano, he wouldn't do it without a reason. The only clue the Astray have given us so far is their attempts on the mixed blood girl called Cecilia. We can surmise that taking her is their primary objective. And since they already have her in their possession, I think Anduin's next step is very likely to be exfiltrating Laterano. Therefore, I suggest we focus on the two following points. First, we need to step our border controls and deploy more guards to the crossing. We should also form a special elite squad to locate their hideout and bring Anduin in. Secondly, to be on the safe side, I would like the 7th Tribunal to lead the investigation into whether the Astray had made contact with the visiting envoys to determine whether or not they are targeting the conference. As for the conference itself, proceed according to plan, right? That's what you have in mind, isn't it? We're just testing the waters anyways. Oh, I've got to say though, the cold buffet desserts are disgusting. The cactus tarts are an atrocity. I would like to see some improvement there. Mustima clearly has the priorities. I agree with her priorities. That's why I like her. I think there's a certain charm to the taste. I agree with Mustima on that point, and that point alone. Blasphemy. I think they're delicious. As you guys can see, like, Sanctas actually kind of have like this weird like personality. Like they know, like, it's funny too because it's kind of like a main protagonist personality in a way, like, cause like they can be serious, or they are serious, but like Then they just have like random outbursts of like, well, I wouldn't say really random shit, but like just like casual shit. Gun Knight Giovanni has spoken, and I suppose we can all agree then. Agreed. Anything that Giovanni likes, you know, is bound to be terrible. Mastima belittling me again, are you? Dot 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 dot. And you can see how Fiammetta is kind of like just keeping her mouth shut and not really like participating in like this stuff. Think this taste and food are terrible, I see? I guess. Please, my children, quiet down. I'm too old for all this bickering. The laws instruct us to face the unknown with goodwill. We mustn't treat fruit tarts with such scorn. And why am I unfamiliar with this law? I just thought of it this morning. Dot 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 dot. Your Holiness. We'll go with your plan. Vel, Giovanni, give Fiammetta all the help she needs. Anduin will make his way to his goal. Phew, this is why I hate closed-door meetings. We spent 3 minutes on the main topic. The rest of the meeting was everyone babbling their stupid side conversations. Excuse me, Senores. May I ask what the decision was? You're still here. I'm taking over the Anduin case. Thank you for your work the past couple days. You should head home to get some rest. I'll talk to the Notorial Hall later. Everything you've done will be written off as you helping us out. Miss Fiammetta, anything that comes after this is way beyond the bounds of your authority and ability. Don't forget, you're still in training. I know you're worried about Cecilia, but I'm taking over this case, and that's the best case scenario you could hope for. Dot 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 dot. Miss Fiammetta, are you friends with this fallen angel? And the both of you are familiar with Anduin? That's right. Is that your answer to both of those questions? Dot 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 dot. We aren't familiar. We're nemesises. But don't you worry. I won't take it out on Cecilia. I don't really understand what was going on with her this morning, but she's still a kid. What about you? You stayed there for 2 whole days. Did Anduin say anything to you? That's why Mastima is a foodie when she travels outside of Laterano. Sancta cuisine is atrocious? LOL. Just a bunch of heretic nonsense. That's why, or heretical nonsense. That's why I want to date Mastima, even though she's the type of person who would be more of a one-night stand. I suggest you forget all of it then. You still have your whole life ahead of you, right? Go home and take a couple of days off. Then keep up with your good work at the Notorial Hall. You are pretty qualified for the job if you ask me. Cherish your life, you know? Life in Laterano is precious. Even I look back on it fondly sometimes. My life? Right, unlike them, I'm just a regular nobody. Okay, let's clock out. Dot 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 dot. Huh. The Pontifica cohorts have taken over the border checkpoints, and the apostolic knights are keeping an eye out for us too. We won't be making it out anytime soon. We have a safe house, but still, I can't get in touch with Orin either. Damn it. No matter, we can wait. Dot 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 dot. Cecilia? Dot 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 dot. Do you regret your decision? I don't know, but if I went with Miss Fiammetta, she would have taken me to the Basilica, right? I still haven't figured out my goodbye to Mama. It's okay, Cecilia. You still have lots of time to think. Mr. Friar, there was a lady with horns and a halo in the Ecclesia Requietum just now. Is she a sancta? Maybe, maybe not. It's up to her to decide. I thought sancta are sancta. That's true for most of us, but some people get to choose, or perhaps I should say they don't have a choice but to choose because of some unfortunate circumstance. Incidentally, you too have to choose, Cecilia. As for whether that is fortunate or not, no one can tell. Can't the sancta be with the Sarkis? Of course they can. You are the living proof. Actually, you know what's funny? Technically, I don't actually think that's actually true. I mean, to a certain extent. Of course, yeah, because clearly Mostima is kind of getting destroyed right now, but like, you know. But I'm causing everyone a lot of trouble, right? Even Mr. Ezel. If you're always worrying about everything, you won't get anything done. Just like, I guess in some ways, this is kind of like Undertide, like with Iberia and the Abyssals. People will always fight. Neither gentleness nor understanding can stop that. A lot of times when people fight, it's not because one side is right and one side is wrong. It's because the things that both sides have to do conflicts with each other. In other words, the thing that you and I need to do are different, and that means we're in somebody else's way. Why can't we go the same way together? ... Because you're not Rhode Island. Because for a lot of people, the path that they take is determined by the path itself. For example, the Sancta and Sarkis. No one can say why the two sides fought each other at first, but the hatred between them have paved the road for everyone. Can't we choose our own path? We can, Cecilia, but it's not that simple. If you want to leave the path you are on and find a new path forward, you must first make your way through a boundless wilderness. It's possible for fortune to change their words, though? So tough luck for you? I know, right? It's vast and empty there. You might never find that new path, even if you give up everything you've ever known. Then, why do we still have to look? Right? Why do we have to look? Maybe it's because that's what we want. What we want, is that so important? It's the only thing we still have. ... Mr. Fire, can I ask a question? Go ahead. What is it that you want? Cecilia, can I tell you a little story? Sure, Mr. Fryer, go ahead. Many years ago, when I was still young, I ran into some setbacks. And then I left. Where did you go? Anywhere. I traveled everywhere. There was a place I stayed for a while. It was a very small town, and it felt a little like my hometown, but it was even more rundown. Life was tough for everyone there. Huh? That doesn't sound like La Toronto. Once I passed by the town's pub and came across a humming drunkard, he threw up all over me and insisted that I tripped him, and that I should pay for his drink. Everyone in town laughed at him and cursed at him. Those who were scared of him avoided him. Everyone called him a dirty, filthy moron, a lowlife, a sick scumbag. He was a Sarkis. They never chased him out of town, however. He kept living from one day to the next, doing little odd jobs. Then on one windy, rainy night, a night when no one would go outside, the church's bell started to ring. It was an alarm, and it woke everyone up. There were some bad people in town. It was lucky that the bells woke everyone. It was hard, but we chased the bad people away. No one knew who rang the bell, and we all thought it was a miracle. I headed in the direction of the bell tower and reached the waste beyond. There I found the church watchman digging a grave. Next to him was a cart, and in it a thin coffin with the Sarkis drunkard inside, wounded all over. I started to help digging. The watchman kept complaining as he dug. He said he was saving the casket for his mother, and it was a waste to give it to a Sarkis. Then he complained that he'd have to bury the sick Sarkis. The watchman said that not long after the bell started ringing, the Sarkis came and knocked on his door, telling him to run, but the man died on his doorstep. The watchman said that since he saw it was about to rain, he couldn't bear seeing the Sarkis man sleep out in the streets, so he let him into the bell tower for the night. He kept complaining and digging. Then, when he was finished, he stood in front of the grave and sang a song that the drunkard always used to sing, even though he didn't remember how the second half went. In the end, he complained a little more and poured half a bottle on the grave. The winds through hills on high, tail the hero's far-flung stride, over long ways long, over briars and thorns. Sorry, I don't remember it either. That's that song that Mama sung, or Mama and Rosella taught me. So the Sarkis man rang the bell? I think he did. So he was the hero that saved everyone? Maybe. I don't know if someone like him can be called a hero, but I think most people probably wouldn't want to call him one. Maybe he was just trying to help the watchman who helped him. What about you, Mr. Fryer? Do you think he was a hero? What is a hero, Cecilia? I thought about it a long time, but I know that answer to this question doesn't tell us who the Circus Man was. Rather, it tells us who I am. I don't think he himself climbed up the bell tower to be a hero, but it doesn't matter if we sing his praises, look at him with scorn, or even forget about him. None of that changes anything about him anymore. All the questions that I pondered have nothing to do with him. Only me. Why did I witness this? What does it mean to me? How is it going to guide me forward? It is always the living who are questioned. But I kept thinking and thinking, what if he didn't do what he did? What if he did it but led the fanatics, people to the bell tower? What if the townspeople couldn't fend the bad people off even after they got woken up? And what if he even died on the bell tower and no one ever found him? There are no guaranteed successes, and there are no choices that are certain to be right. So I came to this conclusion. On that rainy night, he climbed up the bell tower because he wanted to. It's the most straightforward conclusion out of somewhat stubborn goodwill. Whether that's true or not doesn't concern him. He was a hero, no different from the hero in the song. The winds through hills on high, tail the hero's far-flung stride. Over long ways long, over briars and thorns. Everyone starts humming the song. There's quiet singing drifts throughout the room. I feel peace in this Lateran evening, a peace that I have not known for a long time. Are you thinking something, Mr. Friar? No, nothing at all. Thank you, Cecilia. You're looking at something. Is that a bell tower? It's Laterano's bell tower, a very, very old tower made of stone. I often went there when I still lived in Laterano. It was so close to heaven. Heaven? Is that where Mama is? If that's where you wish her to be, that's where she is. Mr. Friar, could you help me with something? Excuse me? Holy moly. They just kept talking. I mean, it wasn't a long cutscene in a way, but they just kept talking and talking and talking and talking. But we are done with talking. Holy moly. So clearly, you know, this is super, like, dealing with Sarkises and Sanctas completely. I mean, like, you know, definitely had to... definitely, like, a little bit of... It started, you know, a little bit about, like, Lateran or Sanctas being a little, like, godlike in comparison to everyone else who's living in Laterano, but definitely it kind of feels like they're going more towards the Sarkis Sancta route. So I guess we'll see how that goes on. Anyways, so that's... Yeah, so I'm actually incredibly, like, interested in this event, obviously. The stories... I mean... It's kind of funny because I'm a little biased because, you know, this is Laterano and I like most Sanctas, and Exia and Mostima are literally my most favorite characters in the game. So I am a little biased, but so far I'm actually quite interested. And the music for this event is just fun. I probably, like, I would have to think about it. I would have to go through every, like, the OSTs for all the events, but as I'm hearing right now, the battle music and the lobby music is really, really good. But anyways, so that's gonna be that for now. Next time we do this, we're gonna go ahead and read GA6, GA7. We might next time I do this, I might consider finishing off the event in terms of, like, the story and, well, obviously the stages, therefore, which probably will happen tonight. But we'll see. I don't know. But yeah, this is fun.